Hi, Vortex.
Somewhat I was just thinking about.
Dying alone.
A lot of people use this as some sort of threat. Especially if you like kitty cats. Meow!
We like them so much that we meow
On a regular basis.
to the extent that we've inspired other people
To do the very same thing.
That's pretty cool.
Not many people have that power.
Except behavioral modification enthusiasts. Okay? Behavioral modification enthusiasts include the typical suspects that we've already talked about.
And by we, I don't mean me.
I mean, y'all. Everybody loves to talk about these megalomaniac pieces of shit.
They want all the power
Over everything. There'll always be scumbags like that. And the reason why there are always going to be scumbags like that is because of the system that allows them to be scumbags. And people that are in that system on the lower rung, or maybe the middle rung, who are always drawing attention to these motherfuckers, okay? Talk about how they have too much power, how they're like a dictator or some shit. Y'all deserve that. Y'all deserve that. It has everything to do with the industries controlling everything. But let's move on. Let's move on to what we were originally trying to talk about that, you know, we dodged, because that's what we do. Dying alone. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked because I was talking about cats. Okay, so a lot of people will say that if you don't find somebody, you're gonna die alone, which is insane. It's insane that this is an insult that people hurl, thinking that they're so smart, when it's so typical. It's such a plebeian sheep thing to say. Like, you're gonna die alone. If you don't find a man, you're gonna die alone. Like, you give a shit about that anyway. Come the fuck on. Okay. So, they're threatening death. They're threatening death, all because you don't want to be with anybody. So, these are two types of FOMO right here.
dying and being alone.
So they're playing God, basically. They're playing God by telling you what's going to happen in your life if you don't do what they think you should do. What they've been indoctrinated to believe you should do, for whatever reason. Whether it's because, you know, you live in Western demoralization, or you're a female, or whatever. I mean, I understand from the female aspect, like, females are just codependent and
Needy and
they're always making demands that can never be met. And I think that that's why, like, everything in our society is so screwed up, because, like, this is a whole society that has been feminized, and they're catering to these bitches. They're catering to these whores, you know? And they're not just whores, like, they spread their legs. They're whores for attention. They're whores for validation. They're whores for this sense of self-importance, you know? Validation. Multiple ways to say the same thing, Amy. What the motherfuckers is... They're waiting on the person to turn. Calm down. Calm down. Just be patient, damn it. There you go. Anyway. I know that from a typical perspective, like, if you're an American or you've been brought up in Western demoralization, like, you're going to assume that if you don't do the stuff that the majority of plebes do, then you're not going to be happy, you're not going to be satisfied, you're going to be so lonely. And that's the thing, they base a person's level of importance on how many people like them or how many people pay attention to them. And I just think that's crap, you know, because if you're able to be positively effective to a small group of people, I feel like that's still something that's 1,000 times more important than somebody that, oh, people know who they are, but it's like they're not really changing anybody's life. They're not really helping anybody for the long term, you know? Short term, it's easy to say something that inspires people, you know? It's so easy. I do it all the time. But to actually, like, be able to impact somebody, like, for the rest of their life, like, to change somebody's life. People have said that about me all the time. You changed my life. Isn't that weird? Me? I just totaled my car, you know? Oh my goodness. An undercover cop just sped past me. Piece of shit. Yeah, he just bypassed all that traffic and turned his lights on so he could do it. This is why I hate police, okay?